Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are joining me for the first time, this is Ogaga's Kitchen with a twist. You're welcome. So I'm making jollof rice today. Right here, I already have my veggies prepped and I'm going to be putting them right in the oven. So I have 15 seeds of tomatoes, 3 bell pepper, red bell pepper of course. I have 2 giant onion, habanero pepper, garlic and ginger. So for the garlic and the ginger, you have to use it the way you prefer because some people don't like ginger and some don't even like garlic. So if you like it, add a lot. If you don't like it, take it away. So I just drizzled olive oil just to grease my vegetable before putting it in the oven because you don't want the vegetable to dry out even before dehydrating. So this is, for me, this is the best way to make your jollof rice. The reason is because this way you get all the vegetable dehydrated. The next thing to do is to blend. One, it saves time. I remember when I tried to cook my vegetable after blending, when I tried to dry, it takes hours. But this one, 45 minutes to 1 hour, 30 minutes, you are done dehydrating, the vegetables. So I'm gonna be adding basil, but not right now. When I'm frying my veggies, I'll add the basil to it. The reason is because if you add the basil, it will get burnt, and also if you blend the basil, the tomatoes sauce will get green. So especially if you are using a lot of basil. So the best way to introduce your basil is when you start frying your tomato, you can put it in there so that when you're done cooking your jollof rice, just like the bay leaf, you can take it out. So this is it. I'm sorry I cannot see exactly how many hours I actually left it in the oven. I almost forgot it, but it's really, really dry. This way, once you blend, you've gotten your tomato paste. And another reason why this way is very, very good is that it kills that tomato strong taste that keeps you frying and frying and frying to get it out. So that is that. Right now I'm about cooking the jollof rice. So I just added 1 large red onion, of course chopped. So depends on the way you like it. So this is how I like it, and that is why I chopped it that way. So I'm just going to fry this until it is translucent. It is translucent, right? Yeah, until it is. So like I told you guys, as I'm frying the onion, I'll add my seasoning little by little. As I'm as I'm frying the tomato paste and all, as I keep frying, I keep adding and frying. The reason is that way you build up your flavors. I am telling you guys, just the tomatoes I put in the oven, the aroma of my house has changed. So this is my go-to pot. I just got this pot, but I tell you it's for jollof rice because it's aluminium, and you know how aluminium can conduct heat very well. I'm telling you, no matter the little size of stove you're using, it will cook all round. Unlike my other pots that I used to use, I'm telling you, I find it difficult to make really good jollof rice because some part will be cooked, some part will not be cooked. I mean, when I'm using my big pot on my stove, but with this one, the heat went all round and my jollof rice was properly good. You can get it from Amazon. It's not that expensive. I think I got it for $59. So this is a good, and but you still need to be careful when you're cooking with it because it burns. But you need to turn down your heat for you to be able to achieve what you want to do. So I added basil, like I told you guys. I added my tomato paste. Don't worry, I'm going to leave the description below. That is about 1.5, I think 0.5 tin of tomato paste. I mean 2 of that or 1.5 of that. So I'm just going to leave the right bit away. I'm sorry. So I added my thyme. I added my curry powder to it. Then I'm just going to stir right now. Keep frying. And when you're using a pot like this, you don't want to leave it, it will get burned. So make sure the heat is not too much. Aluminium will always conduct heat very well. So you don't need too much heat. Just keep frying. Look at how beautiful and how will I say it? The color, the deep the deep red color, deep wine color. It's really good. I like the pot. And if you make your jollof rice this way, it's just like party jollof rice. I'm telling you, party jollof rice. I already made a video of jollof rice, but that one I only used tomato paste, and that tastes good, but not like this. And the color cannot be like this. If you want your jollof rice to be beautiful, very colorful, this is the way to go. So what I just added is remember the tomato, the vegetables, the tomato that I put in the oven. I blended. You can see how thick it is. So you don't have to cook just to get a dry tomato. This is the best way. It saves time. It tastes better. I am telling you. So I'll keep frying. You notice I'm not using too much oil. The reason is that for my food generally, I don't like to use too much oil. But if you don't like to use too much oil like me, you can always add more oil if you notice that the oil is not enough, which I'm gonna do, so that way you can be able to control the amount of oil you use in making your food. Instead of just putting large quantity in the pot, you discover that you have oil flowing on top. So if you're avoiding that type like me, this is the best way to go. Add your oil little by little. Use good oil like olive oil, avocado oil. It will always blend. You won't even taste it. You don't even need to fry it. So this oil, you can keep doing it that way. If you are using good oil, keep adding it and it will fry. Since it takes time to fry your tomato paste, it's going to fry even if you use not so good oil. It's still going to taste good. Like it's going to, by the end of it, it's going to still fry. How am I going to say it? I'm sorry. So I added basil. Right now I can't stand here forever, so I'll keep going and coming and checking like that. Like I said, I'm about to add my nutmeg. I don't think for me, I think nutmeg is a very potent seasoning for jollof rice. I don't know why, but I know I like the flavor of nutmeg in my jollof rice. So when you're making yours, try and add a little bit of nutmeg. So salt, just a little bit of salt and a little bit of bouillon cube. So all right, just little, but it depends on you. But if you want to stay healthy, it's good you control the quantity of salt and bouillon cube you use. So for that, it was a teaspoon. So I used 3 teaspoons of bouillon seasoning, and then I think 2 teaspoons of salt. You can count it. I didn't edit that part. It's the normal size, the normal quantity that I use right there. So you can see how dry it is. This is how you want the tomato sauce before applying your rice. You can see it's burnt, but it's okay. It's not that bad. So I'm going to add my rice. Make sure you wash your rice with cold water or hot water. Warm water. But the point is, like I used to say, anytime I make jollof rice or fried rice, just make sure you wash off the white. Wash it till the white color is not that thick, and maybe the water becomes a little bit bright or totally bright. You can make it that way. So always make sure you wash your rice. I just washed my rice and I added it to it. So stir in your rice properly. You want to stir in your rice properly. So for me, like I said, I didn't use the whole tomato. That would be too much. So I measured the tomato that I used. I used 2 cups. 2 cups of the tomato paste that I made. That's 2 measuring cups. And then I used 1.5 tomato paste. That is the 0.5 ounce tin of tomato paste. I'm going to drop the measurement. So just make sure you mix everything. This is 13 cups of rice. Let me see if that is correct. Sorry, 12 cups of rice. Measuring cup, the I don't think our measuring cup is the same thing with that in Nigeria. So I didn't even realize that they have different countries have different measuring cup, because there was a time I was checking measuring cup. I saw they say I think they talked about the one from the one from Europe, and I was like, maybe I don't know what I saw, Sha, but I was like, oh, they have different measuring cups. That's me. I never knew. So make sure you mix and mix. You can see how beautiful that is. And then I'm gonna be adding my broth. So you can go with water if you don't have broth, but I will advise you get either beef broth or chicken broth. It takes the taste to another level. Remember, I didn't really use too much salt and too much bouillon cube, so that is where this beef sauce, or sorry, the broth, will help you with your jollof rice. So I have a beef that I already stored in the refrigerator. I got it out, microwave it, so it's not something I just did now. And then I'm just trying to get out just the broth from the beef. I couldn't get enough. Usually when I cook, sometimes when I have enough, I use just broth. I don't add water. But since it's not enough, I added water. So in total, I'm using 3 cups of water. Remember, 12 cups of rice, 3 cups of water, 2 cups of tomato paste, and the tomatoes that I put in the oven, and also 1.5 cup of tomato paste of that 0.5 ounce. So this is the first stage. After I did that, I covered it, allowed it to dry. You can see my rice is cooked, but I still want it a little bit softer, and also it's not that scattered yet. So I'm just going to give it a stir. Don't be tempted to add water, because sometimes it's the rice never done, they'll add water. That way you won't get that wonderful jollof rice you are looking for, because once you add water, I don't know, because I've noticed it, once you add water, it doesn't come out well. It tastes good, but it doesn't really look good as you want it. So I'm just going to stir it, and then I'm going to cover it with foil paper. You can see it's dry, but it's not scattered yet. It's cooked, but not that very soft. So I'm just going to stir it properly and then cover it with foil paper. Don't laugh at my foil paper. I didn't know that it was those cut foil papers. When I got them, that was when I realized, I was like, I'm still going to use it. So I've been using it. I refuse to get another one. So just stir and then cover with foil paper and reduce your heat. Really reduce your heat. I'm sorry I didn't show the number I'm using, but it should be 2. So reduce it. My own scale runs from 1 to 5, if I can remember very well. So I'm on 2. So this way you get your rice cooked. Now, for me, this is the most important part of my video. Jesus is coming soon. I don't know what you are still doing, living in sin. I say it, some people might like it, some people might not like it, some might believe, some might not believe. Without holiness, you cannot see God. I cannot see God. Holiness has to do with your heart and your outward appearance. I'm telling you, with this Jezebelic property of makeup and jewelries and all this, you cannot see God. The Bible says, what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? What truly is worth your soul? Why don't you obey God, and so that He will honor you when the time comes? Free from anger, pride, malice, backbiting, hatred, evil, gambling. Free from drunkenness, from immorality. Jesus is coming soon. No more time. Please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I don't know what you're still waiting for. Please share my videos. Help this channel to grow, my friends. I'm begging you. Don't forget to press the subscription button. I'm begging you. If you're new to this channel and you like what you see, help me promote my channel. Please press the subscription button and the notification bell so you can always watch my new videos. You can share my videos on your Facebook, on your WhatsApp, on your Instagram. I will really appreciate it. So here we are. Look at how wonderful. I'm telling you, the aroma is something else. This rice tastes so good. Since I discovered this recipe, that is how I've been making my jollof rice. I refuse to use any other recipe. I'm telling you, you won't go wrong with this jollof rice. You won't go wrong with this recipe. If you like vegetables, I wanted to add vegetables, but I was like, let me just make plain for the video sake. So because I love vegetables, so if you like vegetables, you can get your vegetables. The first stage that I came to check the rice, you can just add your vegetables at that time and then cover it. So by the time the rice gets to this stage, the vegetable is cooked. Or you can fry your vegetables separate, and then as the rice is cooked, you can add your vegetable to it. Maybe your mixed vegetable, your bell pepper, your carrots, your cabbage, you can add it to it. I'm going to make that video by the grace of God. Thank you guys for watching. God bless you and stay blessed. Bye.